Ladies and gentlemen, I'm making a video to describe a certain trend I've noticed in society. It's a certain fascinations with aliens, extraterrestrial, sci-fi, space in general. When I was a young man, I was really interested in this, and many people said, "Oh, you're going to be an astronaut," and I wouldn't mind being an astronaut. But the whole thing is that when I was younger, and I used to be able to recite all the individual facts about the planets and what type of life could hypothetically exist in certain types of planets, people are like, "Oh, that's useless knowledge. You don't need to know about it. That's geeky." And now it's actually pop culture to talk about this and prophesize. I mean, you see. All right, like Katy Perry's got the E.T. music video, and Nicki Minaj sings about starships. You have, History Channel making a lot of money off of their Ancient Aliens series. And I found a video online, I'll share a clip of it here, which discusses some news agencies actually discussing aliens in a very interesting manner. So let me play this for you.
No, there was a Twilight Zone episode like this in which scientists fake an alien threat in order to achieve world peace. I'm a big fan of the original Star Trek series, and it was only when, there were alien civilizations that seemed to challenge the Earth that you found that the Earth got its act together for the kind of global governance that all the visionaries say we need that if we're going to deal with climate change, if we're going to deal with all the modern issues, global finance, where the sovereignty of individual nations is actually a political barrier to solving these big problems. So can there be an upside to the alien threat?
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, as you see, there's some problems with that. They're actually talking about global governance, eliminating nation sovereignty with an alien threat. Back in the 80s, Reagan had a speech saying that if there was an alien invasion, nations would all work together. You had the movie Independence Day kind of alluding to that. And now you have plenty of people talking about global government. Now, I always brought up a lot of dangers with global government. When you have a one-world government, there's nowhere to run to. You got to go to another planet. Alright? And, the whole thing is that right now we're seeing dangers of unifying nations in Europe, the European Union. I mean, and the weird thing is that a lot of the things they talked about, the environmental concerns and especially the world banking concerns are things a lot of people are associating, certain conspiracy theories and other things to. All right, we've noticed recently that a lot of the environmental pressure and push, a lot of the things they were saying, I actually found out that it was a money siphoning exercise where a lot of people were selling products and concepts that were actually having a net horrible effect on the Earth's environment rather than helping it. We also have, the whole banking concern. As more and more we look into it, more and more we're realizing a lot of fraud's going on there. A lot of people are talking about having new world banks, new world currencies. The idea of bonding currencies together, I mean, now you have a few nations in Europe, let's say if they have a hiccup, now the whole nation suffers under its currency. All right, Greece would be much better off having its own monetary and banking controls where it can pull itself out of debt rather than being forced to the euro. If Hitler only knew about the European Union, he would have been able to win the war without firing a single shot. Right now, Germany's seeming to conquer all of Europe. All right, so there's a lot of issues, all right, and I'm not a fan of the whole concept of a one-world government, and I know the military, all right, has admitted that they can actually project things that even look like a big, massive alien spaceship in the sky in order to have some sort of psychological warfare. All right, they confirmed that they could do this many, many years ago. All right, don't forget back when they started flying stealth fighters and things like that. They're like, oh yeah, listen to the media, they might be UFOs or something like that, just so people wouldn't follow the trail. Alright, so aliens have been used as a long time as misinformation, and this current popularity, particularly with all this stuff, even with, the end of the world in 2012 and stuff like that, I don't know, there might be something to it, the more that meets the eye. Alright, if you want to know what a false flag is, it's essentially a situation where a government or some agency says that there was a certain invasion or event brought up by another party when really it was their own doing. There's this thing called the Hegelian dialectic, where essentially what you have is a problem, reaction, and solution. A certain government or agency creates a problem, they get the reaction they want, and then they're able to manipulate people based on the reaction to pursue a certain political agenda. All right, and they do it by introducing a new solution which they have created. They basically pose as a savior. All right, and that essentially is one of the concerns I'm having, is what exactly is with this new fad with aliens. Where's it going?